Imagine this. You're in a room with Web3 stars. Myrtle Sarrosa, Een Mercado, XRI, and BMG. And they share their trade secrets with you. Then, you learn about a program that's specifically designed to help you get Web3 gaming projects. The best part is that you actually get to talk to the people behind the games. Wait. You know what? You don't need to imagine because it all actually happened and I'm taking you with me. Let's go! To start things off, our energetic host Jay Perillo hyped up the crowd as he introduced what the event was all about before introducing us to MadeViral CEO. Don Sim addressed the pain points of gaming creators in the Philippines, specifically the scarcity of projects here and the increasing promotion of gambling as a result of financial desperation. He then introduced Match+Play, a collaborative program by MadeViral and YGG designed to solve the aforementioned problem. This will connect Web2 gaming content creators to paid collaborations with Web3 games. He advised all of us to have an open mind as we listen to the panelists they invited. For context, here's the intro for our panel speakers.
Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our panel of creators. Kicking it off with a TV and movie actress, host, and singer-songwriter, best known for her cosplays and gaming content. She's won the Philippines Esports Awards' Streamer of the Year and was named Top Gaming Creator at the TikTok Award. And fun fact, she's also a songwriter. In fact, she wrote the lobby music for Call of Duty Mobile. Let's give it up for Myrtle Sarrosa. Next, we have... She's also a content creator, of course, a cosplayer, and a business owner. And another fun fact, she likes to trade crypto. Let's give it up for Een Mercado. Our next panelist is a content creator, a live streamer, and a podcast host who loves pop culture and the video game culture. He's never a pro-level gamer, but is definitely one of the most entertaining. You know what, guys? This guy is a real-life character. I'm telling you. Let's give it up for Sipher. Of course, last but definitely not the least, he is a former actor and performer turned full-time gaming content creator, streamer, and shoutcaster. Let's all give it up for V. Miguel Gonzalez, or VMG. All right, so we are here to get to know them.
Now I'm going to take a quick moment over here and let you guys know that I wasn't able to record the entire panel because I didn't have enough camera battery with me at the time. So I tried my best to record the important parts. Let's get rolling.
For me, maybe I can tell them my story. So how I started in Web3. So I've been trading crypto since 2017. Yeah. So I have some crypto friends. And when Axie boomed, they were like, let's go. You want to make more money? Then let's invest on Axie. And I was like,
that is
promise.
The catchphrase. That was the catchphrase, right?
And we were like, if you're going to jump in, we're already jumped in, so you have to jump in with us. I'm like, okay. And then I jumped in, I had scholars, and then I had this idea that I tweeted. Maybe there should be like a cosplay in Axie. And then that's when G-Host found me. And then he was like, let's do it. And then I did cosplay at Axie. That was the first cosplay ever in Axie Infinity. And that's what I think it went on and on for me, that I had projects. And then I met Gabby from YGG. And they have so many visions for the Philippines that made me feel like, okay, I need to jump in here because, you know what? Web3 gave a lot of opportunities for content creators like me. Not gonna lie, Web2 gaming, it's really tough. It's really tough earning money, and Web3 made it for me like something advanced, more advanced. I just wanted to spread that opportunity. That's why I went with YGG, and I met a lot of content creators like XRI, Web3, and Myrtle.
I started because of my curiosity with Bitcoin, because I was already studying how to trade on our local stock market. So in 2017, I tried diving into Bitcoin. I actually learned it the hard way because I didn't realize that time how volatile the crypto space was in terms of trading. And I didn't know it was for 24 hours non-stop compared to the local ones that it has a closing, right? So when I encountered things like Axie, when I look back, also the same thing, but in a fun way, of course. But for me, it wasn't on the earning side of things. I actually love playing card games, strategy games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and the sort. So it came natural to me to try these things because it's also a card game, strategy game. One of the things that I loved about Web3 because it gave opportunity for people to discover new games with the technology of Web3 and the P+ space as well. So that was interesting for me, and not much about the earning thing because I always have losses in trading. So, but I enjoyed gaming, so it's not the number one priority for me.
Of course, as content creators, when you're first diving into Web3 games, I think the number one that you guys should need to start off with is actually educating yourself, learning about it first, learning about the systems, the blockchains, the roadmaps. When you guys want to dive into a game, always remember, ask for their white papers, read about it. As you read the white papers, check who are the developers. Why are they making this game? This is very important because I realized back in 2021, there's a lot of amazing games that are launching, and there were many games that launched but overpromised. And at the same time, working on these games, you also realize that there are games that are making games because they really want to make a very fun and entertaining game. But there are also games that are doing it for the financial side. So you always have to choose the games that align with your values, align with your audience, because at the end of the day, you guys should make content that you think would be interesting for you, that would be fun for you, that you're passionate about. And at the same time, will my audience like these? If this is a game where your audience will be like, okay, you are let's say like, for example, back then I was a Call of Duty mobile content creator. I was playing FPS game, and all of a sudden I started playing other games, which some of my audience were like, okay, she just hopped into a new game. What is this? So it's a gradual thing that you have to integrate. And again, guys, since we are content creators, one of the things that we should always look into is stay authentic and always be transparent with your audience. If you are paid to promote a game, make sure you guys never ever say financial advice. That is one of the things I hate the most. Invest in this game. Never ever say that to your audience. Do not put them in a position where they will lose their money or something like that. If you guys want to promote a game, promote it because you guys like it and because you guys think it's fun. And eventually, when you guys align with those games, that's why I'm very selective with the games that I play. I only promote very few, but because I really like them a lot. And so if you guys align with some of the games and work with these games, make sure it's something that you guys are actually having fun playing as well.
So what became your strength and your weakness when diving in as a Web3 content creator?
I think my strength is intensity. When I'm locked into a goal, I give my 100% into it. And my weakness is inconsistency, because I do believe in work-life balance, and we all deserve a rest. Yes, you all deserve to sleep sometimes.
My strength is actually my ability to actually build a community around what I'm doing. I'm very influential. I like doing poodle in terms of whatever I play. I make sure I tell people all about it, and I convince them to play. Sometimes I even buy them the game so they can play it alongside me.
Oh, very familiar.
Yeah. So also I love doing educational content. So when it comes to Web3 gaming, especially before when I was playing Axie, I used to do a lot of educational content in a sea where everyone was doing funny moments. I was making how to play, how to make a good team, how to register an account. Simple as that. And that's my strength. But my weakness could be also my inconsistency as well. I think as content creators, it's also a very, very huge problem because we all have our priorities in life outside gaming, and especially when we say, "Oh, see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be streaming tomorrow," and then we don't show up, or we say, "Okay, I'll see you guys on 6 p.m. tomorrow," and then you show up 9 p.m. or even 1 a.m. Sorry, guys. Peanut. I think that's my weakness as well. So
as a content creator, we are sometimes responsible of promoting projects, as well as gaming projects. So I just want to know, given that there's a tokenomics involved in some projects where there's a supply and demand, are we responsible as content creators to tell our audience, our community, that we need to exit that project?
I think as content creators, I think the most important thing is to be responsible for all your actions. So you really have to be transparent to your audience when it comes to things, especially when it comes to Web3, because most of the time there will be money involved. So if you are not a person who actually knows about the tokenomics of the game and who actually just enjoys the game, I think it's okay for you to just say it outright that you just want to play the game.
Right.
And they can do their own research if ever they want to learn more about the tokenomics. And then if they ask if they have invested and if they should exit, you should also be honest that you don't know anything about the tokenomics. I think it's important that we also be honest instead of we do hyping just for people to get into what you are playing as well. And also, of course, if you know about the tokenomics of the game, I don't think you should put it in the forefront of you promoting what the game is all about. Because at the same time, for us to change the landscape of Web3, you also need to change the ideology of the people that think that Web3 gaming is all about money. So that's what we want to change right now. Because quite honestly, that is already the biggest problem in the Web3 space, or also the NFT space as well. We wanted to change that. So you really have to be honest as content creators. You really need to be responsible for all your actions, because one failure of a project of a game that you are promoting will also spell trouble for you as well. It will trickle down to the people who is promoting the game, and I've seen it happen many times. Right? NFT projects, Web3 projects, people are gonna be mad at you if you fail at one thing because you hyped it instead of you gave hope to them about what this game is all about. So be responsible of what you say. If you want to exit, just you can be honest about it. During your live stream, you say, "Oh, I might do so. I sold it." Just don't make excuses for your actions. Be honest. Just be transparent. That's it.
True. BMG, do you have anything to add to that?
I think a few, but I do agree with their points from being authentic, informing your audience. But from a creator's perspective, I like to play around my strength a lot, which is my content is mainly focused on gameplay. That's why I focused my videos on the gameplay. There are also other creators that are focused on the tokenomics. So if you wish to learn more about the tokenomics as a part of the audience, you check out that creator. If you have to find out the gameplay, you check creators like me. So it depends on the strength of the creator.
I think overall, the panel was amazing because they were able to cover a lot of things that Web2 gamers didn't know much about. But the organizers of this event took a step further as their executives started a fireside chat.
So of course, the reason why you're here is that we want you not only to learn more about the opportunities, but also to understand what are the components of a Web3 game, whether it's NFTs, wallets, tokens. What should we be careful about? How does this work with the product? These are things that we want to help people work with.
The safety net is basically us literally checking everything about the Web3 game that we're working with. From the game itself, is it actually a game? From the tokens, the technology, the team, everything to do with the game. And by the time you actually receive a brief from us, that game would have already been vetted by both YGG and MadeViral. And secondly, besides the safety part of things, and obviously we want you to feel comfortable, The other part will be the opportunities. Now, as I mentioned in my opening speech, a lot of the opportunities do go to the top creators, and obviously that's very good reasons for that. But MadeViral and YGG will also be working together to create special resident programs for game companies where they can actually create their own invitation for creators to apply and to work with these game companies and understand more about their projects, where you actually have freedom to choose which companies you would like to support, which games you like to support, and obviously in terms of content guidance, what kind of content makes sense, what content you shouldn't make. So I think in general, what we're really trying to say is, this partnership is meant to actually give you guys a path that you can consider. And obviously, today you'll be checking out some of the new games, and the truth is we really want your feedback on them. Want to know what games you liked, what games you really, really like, or what games you don't like. And this really helps us, next time we run this kind of events, be able to bring the right kind of games for you guys, and obviously, help you guys enter this space with confidence and safety.
Yeah, so on our end, we've invited some of the top game founders in Web3 here in this room. So a lot of them are exhibiting, of course, at the expo downstairs. And we wanted to give you a taste of the different types of games that you could be working with. So you'll have a matching session and talk to the games, talk to the founders, see what kind of games you think you would like to work with. These games that are here in Web3, they also need Web2 players. They need gamers to enjoy these games, not just on the speculative side, but also to play these games. So a lot of these games that are trying to scale to millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of users. This is one of the most important reasons why we're matching you together. So I think when we're able to connect the Web2 player base plus the Web3 base that is aware of the Web3 economy, then we'll have a truly successful game.
So we have a goal for 2025. We want to bring 10 million gamers from Web2 into Web3. Gamers who are not there just to make money, but gamers who actually enjoy these games. You are in between these games and these gamers. So I really urge you guys to think about, what kind of games you like to play, what kind of content makes sense for you. And, it's not just about the money. It really isn't. It's about the games. And as more and more games enter this space, find your position with this, right? See what kind of career you want to be and what kind of content you want to produce, because it's going to happen and we really want to push this forward together with you guys. So thank you so much.
Then came the even more exciting part, Web3 Games Showcase. One by one, the game reps showed us some of the most promising games to enter the Web3 space. I'm happy to report that Off the Grid is popular even amongst Web2 creators, which I could gauge based on the crowd's reaction.
Next game is called Off the Grid. This was one of our very... Yes. So Godzilla Off the Grid is the biggest Web3 game project that has launched to date. It is the first game in history that launched in Xbox and PlayStation with Web3 components. So it's a game that right now in PlayStation or in Xbox, if you go in, you can actually trade NFTs without you as a player knowing that it's an NFT that you can
With all of their initial pitches said and done, we hop over to Match+Play, the speed dating activity between Web3 games and Web2 gamers. Without further ado, let's find our perfect match.
So Off the Grid is our biggest game that we invested in it. We're helping them acquire the users. I showed the trailer. It's basically like Call of Duty, sort of like with Apex Legends. It's like this cyberpunk futuristic game. It has an extraction royale mode. It also has a battle royale mode. It also has like a super nice campaign. It's not launched yet. I can't talk about it a lot, but it's very cool. Nobody has done what they've done with this campaign work.
I work for Aether Labs, which is the gaming studio based in Vietnam. And we're developing our first game, which is a roguelite ARPG called Sipher. Gameplay-wise, it's kind of like Hades mixed with Diablo. If you're familiar with those games. And recently, we just launched our open beta last week. So we're currently available in 12 countries, including the Philippines, on Apple and Android app stores. So we're gonna do global launch Q1 2025 for all countries and PC on Steam and Epic.
Are you guys familiar with Maple Story?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So the core game is very similar to the existing versions. but what's different is the apps that are going to be built around the game. But what is different from the Web2 ecosystem is that thanks to the blockchain technologies, we are providing the tie between the creators and developers, builders, community members, even the players, to work around those synergy apps that are built around the game and still get interactions with the game and still get rewarded accordingly. Yeah.
I'm going to lead with this because it's my favorite thing to say. But one of our voice characters, her name is Brisa, and she has the same voice actor as Raze and Sombra. And so whenever I'm playing her, I really like to lead with that because it like adds some familiarity. And then whenever I play her, all I can hear is Raze because I have like 1,500 hours put in Valorant at this point. But yeah, so Shatterline is a FPS title coming to AVAX, published by Faraway. I work with Faraway. I represent Faraway. And the main question that I get is, well, what sets you apart from other people? And I feel like I'm selling, like I'm going to take out a cutting board and some knives right now and show you how it cuts. But the truth is that you can't really get that different with FPS titles nowadays. It's really linear. And when you're building something like Shatterline, where it's a combination of like Apex gunplay and like Black Ops 4 movement, you can't really get much more different like outside of that, right? It's hero shooters at the end of the day. What we can do is we can change like the way that we're going to market, right? Instead of blowing this $10 million, $20 million budget in 1 week, we're actually taking that and giving that back to communities and growing communities, right? We've figured out like how to grow in Latin America, how to grow in North America, but now we're in Asia, right? And the main thing here that we need is people that want to go out and like do events or to purchase these internet cafes and buy them out for 24 hours, right? And just let people play for free. Those are the kind of things that we need here, you know? And that's really, I guess, that like what we're searching for here, you know? We're going to take all of that money and instead of giving it to Shroud, to XQC, to Tim the Tap Man, to anybody else, right? We're taking it back and we're giving it to all of our creators.
So this is the game that we are working on right now. It's called Warden's Ascent. The way that it works is that it's a monster collecting game. You catch a monster, you tame the monster rather, you train them, and then you battle them. So this is really, really fun because it's like, there's a lot of strategy involved. You're always thinking about, okay, what is the best way I can build my monster? How do I pair the monsters together? We have 200 over monsters. You take 3 monsters versus 3 monsters and you get the game. So of course there's a story mode, there's an exhibition mode, but I think the main draw of the game is the PvP version of it, where you're battling other people. The game is highly competitive. So if you guys are interested in like competitive TCG type of gameplay, this is something that we're launching next year as well. So just next week we'll be doing a bunch of announcements on our Twitter as well. So you go to twitter.com/pixelmon. You will see a whole week of announcement talking about the things that we are working on, the anime, the TCG, we have a trading card game that we are working on. This game called Warden's Ascent, which is kind of like really, really fun. It's our flagship game.
Hey there, future Leica over here, based off of the blog. Unfortunately, we didn't get to talk to all of the games from the event, which is why the vlog ends here. But the good news is I was able to make connections with some of these game reps, which means that we'll be covering a lot more of these games and would have potential partnerships in the future with Polemos. But for you guys, did any of these games actually catch your eyes? Let me know in the comments down below so I know which one you guys would like for me to cover first. In the meantime, guys, I hope you guys subscribe to Polemos and make sure to like this video if you enjoyed and leave a comment down below if you want more vlog type of content when we go to these Web3 events. In the meantime, it has been your girl Lykable tapping out. GG's, gamers!